I'd like to talk to you about Five Nights at Freddy's, and certainly I'm way late to the party. There's already a sequel, and there's a third part in the works, but yeah, I've gotten around to playing it, and I am very impressed, and certainly I was a bit hesitant to play the game at first. Partially because I didn't think that robotic animals were scary. Because I loved Chuck E. Cheese and Major Magics as a kid. I didn't think they were creepy at all. So I love our animatronic friends. But obviously it's a very, very popular game, and in the horror genre, it would be silly if I didn't give it a try. And I was very impressed. I think it's almost like, well, it's very elegant. I know I talked about elegant game design, but the idea is that the core systems are so simple, and they all serve to create the tension. And that's what's really great about it, is that everything is sort of designed around creating this tension. So even though you know what's going to happen, right? Like, the whole game is sort of built around the jump scare of when you get caught, by these robotic animatronic monstrosities. It's still challenging, or rather, it's still tense, because you don't know when you're going to get caught. And so everything in the game is just this very careful balancing act to creating the tension. And I think that's really the brilliance behind the game, is because there's so many elements that sort of, and they're all pretty straightforward, which is great. It's easy to learn and play, but all these elements, from a game design perspective, are working together. So there's the element, the fan is constantly draining your power, which I think, arguably you could create this exact same game without that fan, right? Because basically you could just spread out the energy over the night, subtract the total amount of energy the fan will use, and then you would have a similar functioning game. But I think, the fact that energy meter is constantly ticking down is creating tension. I mean, even just that number trickling down, your resources going away to this stupid fan. Why can't I turn off the fan? That I think is really clever. And the fact that the door takes power, and the security system takes power, and everything takes power. It's this very careful balancing act between risk and reward. The reward obviously is that you can figure out where these guys are, and stop them with the doors or the other elements. But obviously the risk is that you're going to run out of energy. And certainly I'm not very good at the game. I'm not through all the nights yet, but I think it's impressed me even from what I've played, and I mean, certainly it's not like a super long game. And I've heard the second one is even more challenging, which is like, I suck at this. I mean, because it's tough for me to I'm trying to be really thrifty on my energy, because I don't want to run out of energy at the end of the night. But then I keep getting the monsters keep getting me. So it's very interesting, and I think it's also cool to look at the game from a perspective of what went into making it, and it's all pre-rendered. I think it's using like the Click Team Fusion middleware engine, and it's from a technology standpoint, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, there's not even a ton of animation, for the characters, or, in general, other than the cameras moving around. But the beautiful part about the game design is that it didn't need it, right? I think it doesn't need all this fancy tech. It doesn't need, VR support or whatever. Although that might be interesting. But just the mechanics. It's really a mechanics focused horror game, and sort of this startling simulator. But I think it really goes deeper than that because of the tension of the energy usage, the risk versus reward, and it's definitely interesting to look at the game from that standpoint, and to really be impressed by how it's so effective, and for being so simple. And certainly, you look at a game like Neverending Nightmares, obviously had different goals. We created a different type of game, but we had a much larger team, and, built out all this tech, and we had existing tech, and, we had all these resources and Kickstarter and things like that. I mean, obviously I'm very proud of Neverending Nightmares, but it's like, if I tried to design a game around the limited budget and time of and I mean, obviously, this isn't meant as a slight, but, I just am not good enough, I think, to come up with something that, small and elegant in scope. Because, I mean, even like a Mobius proposal, that was supposed to be quick, and I kept adding in elements and getting the shaders and optimizing, and so I mean, I don't know. I certainly have respect for people who are able to do just distill game design down to the core elements and just do those, and not all this extra baggage and features and things like that. So anyway, if you haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's, you should check it out. If you have, I imagine you have, then I don't know. Then just be impressed by it, or know that I am impressed by it. Anyway, thanks for watching.